perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace may very well depend on it.
Now we're screwed.
Performing the duties of his office.
Digby C. Caesar.
No.
Complete the diagnostic sequence, and this shuttle will be cleared for service.
Yes, sir.
Storm in the Hotari region will interfere with our transporters, so we need all available shuttlecraft in working order.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. I am Digby, and today we're back playing some more Star Trek Resurgence, and we pick up exactly where we left off, getting ready to go run some diagnostics on the shuttle. Alright, let's get in there, let's run our diagnostics, see if we can't get this bad boy running right. Oh, hello, love interest.
Petty Officer Maris, I will leave you to your work.
I think she's our love interest anyway. Oh yeah, look at the look in his eyes. That's our love interest.
Stopped by sickbay and saw Millie. I figured you'd want to know.
Yeah, how is she?
Did the doc get her fixed up?
She's stable. But there's something about the storm's radiation that's making it hard to heal the energy burns.
That doesn't sound good.
She's toughing it out. Dr. Duval said she'll be back on duty soon, though.
Yeah, I like Dr. Duval.
Come on. I have to run the final diagnostic.
I can't stay long. I've got a long to-do list before we get to Hotari, and things are piling on faster than I can check them off.
And yet you made time to come hang out with me. I
We're
appreciate it.
checks and security too.
Oh, it'll be fine. We'll be ready.
Tactical and security are short-staffed.
Well, nothing's ever 100%, but we'll be good to go.
And if you wait until you are ready, it's probably too late. Which is why I didn't want to wait for just the right time.
Here it comes.
I had a chance to think about this while I was away. Then you and Millie almost got killed out on the hull. And I thought it was important that I just come out and tell you. Instead of tiptoeing around it. Or worse.
You know what, honey? Take me to bed or lose me forever.
It's just a guess, but you like me. Is that what this is?
How'd you know? Must have been pretty obvious. Which is funny because it kinda came out of nowhere for me at first.
Yeah, you're not great at that subtlety thing.
You didn't exactly hide it.
I wasn't exactly trying to hide it. But since it's that obvious, we've been really good friends for a long time. I want to see if there's more between us than just being friends.
Woohoo! You know what? I'm pretty sure I feel exactly the same way.
You don't have to explain it. I feel the same way. There is something between us.
So, do you want to find out what that something is? If it's there for you...
You know what? Absolutely, yes, please.
Why not give it a try?
Are you kidding me? I just said yes.
I wanted to be sure I heard that right.
These are uncharted territories.
I'd call it a chemistry experiment.
Very sexy.
You know, with us.
Well, you know what? I am really glad you said something.
I'm just really glad that you said something.
I've seen how you operate. I couldn't wait for you to make the first move. I'm glad too.
So whatever happens next is great with me.
Level 1 diagnostic complete.
I have to get back to that to-do list. They're probably looking for me.
Can't blame them.
Okay, cannot believe she avoided the very obvious to-do list joke.
I'll be seeing you.
Oh, I hope so, darling. Okay, cast adrift. That does not sound promising.
Approaching the rendezvous point outside Atari space.
Helm, bring us out of warp.
Dropping to impulse.
Oh, hello.
Ionic interference surging, Captain.
Ow.
Shield integrity holding.
We can take it.
We are at the correct coordinates to meet the shuttle.
Commander Rydek, find us our diplomat, if you will.
Aye, Captain. Let's reduce the noise. Filter out environmental signals. I can manually tune what's left for Federation signal types.
Okay. Oh, well, I think I've already figured out where it is.
I've located the shuttle.
Opening comms.
On screen.
Oh, that don't look good.
Shuttle to Resolute. Shuttle to Resolute. Debris field. Lost maneuvering.
Okay, can we get him with a tractor beam?
Losing.
I can't get it any clearer. It won't get a transporter lock. It's just not happening.
Power up the tractor beam. We'll pull them directly into the docking bay.
Not bad, Captain. I made that call 2 minutes ago.
Diaz, you good to run the tractor emitter?
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Diaz. First thing, lock onto the shuttle and stabilize the rotation.
I can do that. It's just lock on and stabilize. Oh, I gotta do that bit there. Perfect. Yeah, hopefully that'll keep you guys from throwing up.
We're pulling in debris.
I'm on it.
Okay, so I have to deflect that one. Oh, I see how you deflect. Okay, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, go, go, go. Alright, that one's gone. Get that one out of there quickly. Quickly, before they crash into it. Oh shoot, the other one's coming too. No, deflect. Deflect. Oh crap, I think we might be in trouble. Oh, nope, we got it. Okay. Oh crap, now what? Oh, that's a big boy.
That's gonna take out the shuttle. Here's the bridge. There's a large piece of debris headed for the shuttle. The tractor beam can't handle it.
Can our shields take it?
I believe so.
Commander Rydek, plot an intercept course.
On it.
Okay, why am I doing this? It should be the navigator. Oh, wait a minute. We have to intercept that thing, right? Okay, and then we click on you. So we need to be there. Ah, okay, we're gonna loop around and then hopefully catch it there.
Here we go. Maneuvering thrusters bearing 53 Mark 17. 200 meters on an intercept course.
Maneuvering.
Got it.
Ooh, yeah.
Whoa! Someone's working hard on the bridge.
Okay, refocus the tractor beam. Yes, please. And bring him in. With alacrity, no less. Okay, well, good to know the entire trip is still continuing to be a fiasco.
We got the shuttlecraft on board.
Good job. We're on our way down to meet them.
Okay, please, please, please be Spock. You can't have an ambassador in a Star Trek game and not have it be Spock.
Terra firma, so to speak.
Hello, Mr. Spock. Yes, let's go say hi to Spock, please. Hello, Ambassador Spock.
The captain will be right down to meet you, sir.
In that case, I will wait for him here.
We're not mocking you, I promise. You know what? How about we just say welcome aboard?
Well, let me be the first to say welcome to the Resolute, Ambassador.
Thank you, Petty Officer...
Diaz.
Carter Diaz, sir.
I am pleased to meet you, Petty Officer Carter Diaz.
I would think so. I'm the one that got your butt in here.
To thank for my safe arrival. Your assistance arrived not a moment too soon.
You know what?
Say so.
That was my pleasure.
You're very welcome, sir. I'm glad we could get you here in one piece.
Indeed. We thought we were prepared for our arrival in Hotari space, but it is evident my craft was not sufficiently robust for such intense ionic activity.
The storm has been pretty intense.
There was an element that was most unusual. Before you came to our aid, our maneuvering thrusters and impulse engines were rendered inoperable. So we attempted a short traversal at warp speed, only to find that we could not achieve warp at all, even though our diagnostics computer showed no faults or anomalies. What do you make of that? When all indications say that warp speed is possible, but in practice, we find it is not.
Well, I can speculate, and I'm going to guess it's not the computer, so it's probably the storm.
Well, this storm is one of the strangest phenomena we've ever encountered. It's disrupted other systems. Who knows what it might do to a warp drive?
Yes, it would seem further investigation is called for.
Take readings, run some additional diagnostic checks, and we'll get to the bottom of this.
Quite logical, Petty Officer Diaz. Thank you.
Ambassador Spock.
Excuse me.
I'm honored to have you aboard. I'd like to get right to it. We're already behind.
A provocation to war. Oh, okay, that's a little bit ominous.
Ambassador Spock, my senior staff. It's not every day that a captain gets to welcome a Starfleet legend aboard.
You flatter me, Captain Solano. But legend implies the past tense, whereas I am very much focused on our present circumstances.
I didn't mean to suggest you were stuck in the past. You're right.
Oh my god, he's so pitiful.
Most
we need your
diplomatic
experience.
Choice of words.
Your experience comes from the past. But our present situation calls for it.
True enough.
We were hoping you could fill us in on the details. We got the basics from Starfleet. Two formerly peaceful neighbors are now on the brink of war.
Indeed, and the tension between them grows fiercer by the hour. Lydia and Hotari. The Lydians are the more advanced species. They made first contact with the Hotari over a century ago. This is Tau, the Hotari moon. It is rich in dilithium, and for decades, the Hotari and the Lydians have shared a mining operation there. The Lydians provide the technological resources, while the Hotari have served as the labor force. The stability of that arrangement was the source of their peace, until recently. The Hotari have suddenly and forcefully seized control of the mining operations and expelled the Lydians from their system. That is the official story, as told by the Hotari when they requested Federation mediation, but the details remain scant. Communications between all parties have been limited by the ionic interference.
I'm kind of curious to find out if they've retaliated. No, they wouldn't have done, because we're not at war yet. So how did this happen?
How is it the Hotari were able to turn the tables and take the mines against superior forces, especially after decades in this arrangement?
Unclear. The answer to that question may be the key to a new, lasting peace, and one that I hope we can uncover during these negotiations. But it is unlikely the relatively primitive Hotari forces would stand a chance against the Elydian fleet if this escalates to open war.
Doesn't look like it.
Left unchecked, this conflict will result in more bloodshed, which is what we are here to prevent.
And the dilithium trade hangs in the balance.
Clearly the Hotari have been exploited in this relationship.
Maybe we can persuade them peace is the more profitable alternative for everyone. They both profited from the mines. And for the Hotari, something is better than nothing. Peace is our objective, after all.
That is correct.
You know what? I don't have a whole lot of options, so I'm just going to agree with Solano and score some points with her.
If we could convince them, it would restore the peace. But we would need the Hotari to accept a difficult compromise.
Made all the more difficult by the emotions flaring on both sides, no doubt.
Neither the Elydians or the Hotari are members of the Federation, so we can't make them do anything.
There is an additional complicating factor I should mention.
Oh, goody.
In the past, the Federation has relied on the Elydians as a source of dilithium.
That certainly changes things.
Federation sources its dilithium from a lot of places.
Yeah, and this is one of them.
I kind of feel like that means they're not going to really trust us.
That means the Hotari have no reason to trust us.
I wouldn't go that far, Commander.
We are completely neutral in this matter, on neither one side nor the other.
But we've only dealt with one and not the other.
Otherwise would compromise our position. Given the Federation's involvement in the Elydium dilithium trade, Captain Solano and I must make every effort to appear neutral in these negotiations.
What worries me is if this whole thing unravels, and we're at the mercy of the storm at less than full strength.
We can't let it come to that.
Considering what the Ion Storm has done to our ship, and the Ambassador's shuttle, we have to assume the Elydian fleet has had problems with it as well. This recent surge in the energy disturbance temporarily levels the playing field.
Commander Westbrook is correct. The energy anomalies around the Hotari systems have been noted in the past.
Yeah, that buys us time.
But they have never been observed on the orders of magnitude we have seen in recent weeks.
If it's keeping the two sides talking instead of shooting at each other, that actually helps us negotiate a peace.
And we'll take advantage of that as long as it works in our favor.
And when it doesn't?
All the more reason to learn as much about it as we can while we are here. We do not want to be caught unprepared, should the energy anomaly continue to fluctuate. So I trust we understand our circumstances.
We're operating on a strict timetable here, and we're going to be leaving for the negotiations shortly. Commander Westbrook, I want you to leverage our systems to investigate the anomaly from here while we're gone.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you all.
Dismissed.
Alright, let's go science the shit out of this.
I want to speak to both of you privately.
What'd we do?
Ambassador Spock, I'd like to make a formal introduction. My first officer, Commander Jara Rydek.
Commander, as you are aware, there are limits to what Captain Solano and I can do in our official capacity as representatives of the Federation. But someone in an unofficial capacity, your first officer, for example, would not be bound by those restrictions. Commander Rydek could ingratiate herself to certain parties behind the scenes, where they may be more candid in revealing information that could lead to a resolution.
She certainly goes her own way.
Oh, that sounds like an absolutely terrible idea,
but... It would be unconventional, but I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, well, as I said, it sounds like a terrible idea, but you're gonna make me do it anyway, so you know what? Whatever it takes, I'll do it.
I'm perfectly happy to work outside the lines.
And by extension, you will be doing your duty, Commander.
Just not too far outside the lines. Well, I hope Commander Rydek will have more luck finding out what really happened than we will through official diplomatic channels.
The fate of the negotiations, the interests of the Federation, and the prospect for peace will very well depend on it.
Now we're screwed. Navigational complexities. Yay, she's back.
Mr. Diaz, I understand you have already discussed the warp drive failure with Ambassador Spock?
I have.
It is imperative that the Ambassador's shuttle be flight ready. I need you both to ascertain the root cause of the system failures he encountered.
I'm surprised, Commander. I thought you would have wanted to work on Ambassador Spock's shuttle yourself.
I respect the Ambassador and his many accomplishments, but I do not derive any satisfaction from interacting with his shuttle as if it were somehow transubstantiated through its association with him. Especially when I have the entirety of this starship to concern myself with.
You know what? I'm happy to go all fanboy.
I am not the chief engineer of this shuttlecraft.
The Ambassador asked me to take a look, and I'm ready to crack this thing open.
Good. You could learn from Mr. Diaz's focus.
I'll take notes.
Then I will leave you to it. Make note of any abnormalities in your report. Carry on.
Aye, aye,
One
Captain.
nice thing about Vulcans. Chovak is the only person who didn't look at this and treat me like I was something to pity.
Oh, does that mean I did?
Doc says I should get used to it. Doesn't mean I want to be reminded of it every minute of the day.
You want to suck up to or apologize? I feel like we should apologize.
I'm sorry I went first.
Now that sounds like self-pity, and I'm even less interested in that.
Nilly.
Okay, Nelly, you do not have to be that defensive.
Let's just crack the shuttle open and see what we're dealing with.
Ready to go?
All set. Let's run the diagnostic.
Yes, please. Okay, I'm guessing we go boop. Boop, there we go. Okay, begin the diagnostic.
So... I know about your talk with Miranda.
You do?
She sent me a Priority 1 dispatch right after your conversation. I'm happy for you. Both of you.
Thanks.
But I'm only going to tell you this once. Don't screw this up. Because I would be very unhappy if you tried this out and then, I don't know, 6 weeks or 6 days later, I have to start splitting holidays between the two of you. All because things went south and you're not on speaking terms. That just isn't gonna work for me.
What are you, a kid? We gotta worry about shared custody now?
And I know you'll respect that.
Just have some faith.
You really don't believe in me, huh?
It's not you. Or her. Just running the numbers, and things don't work out more often than they do. I like my friends, and I like our group. I don't want to lose that. Is that thing done?
Yeah, it's wrapping up. Let's see. The relays along the primary EPS are blown. The backup relays are all intact.
An EPS overload from the warp drive could cause that. But how did the shuttle end up dead in the water?
Huh. Well, maybe the ship's data recorder can tell us something.
No, it's worth a shot. Assuming I can hit it first try. Boop. Excellent. Okay, so they were going fine. Everything was brilliant. Aha.
They were only about 8 minutes from their plotted warp point. No faults, just those warnings. What are they?
Well, I'm going to guess ER stands for error. So let's go look at 93-224. Subspace variance.
Subspace variance out of tolerance. What does that mean?
It means the main navigation array lost sight of space somehow.
Will the array going offline cause that?
Yes, but it should have also thrown a fault code.
What, you mean a fault code like maybe ER 93224? Alright, let's try 15302. Cascade
There was
failure.
a complete warp cascade failure.
Wow. They're lucky the shuttle didn't turn inside out.
Makes me think the computer panicked on the warp field equation.
Okay, so it couldn't calculate the warp field. It lost complete and utter sight of the fact that it was in space. And apparently the warp field got inverted.
Became inverted suddenly.
I've seen this happen when the center warp coil cracks.
A cracked warp coil throws a fault code.
Still, we should take a look. Any one of these failures should have thrown a fault.
If it was caused by a system failure.
None of this caused the relays to blow. Roll forward to when that happened.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we carry on, in my head I've actually got the bit about, it was in Red Dwarf when Starbug gets hit, and they're like, the damage report machine's been damaged. I think that might be what happened here. Their damage report thing got damaged.
So here, they take a moment to get their bearings, and they attempt to re-engage the warp drive.
There. That's the relays blowing.
Okay. Still no fault codes, though, huh? Ah, okay,
And look,
more alerts.
there's another warp system alert.
They're all the same. Subspace variants out of tolerance, or warp inversions. Finally, there's a complete warp cascade failure.
Then it's one of two things. Either a warp coil is cracked, or the navigation array is offline.
Or the damage report machine's damaged.
Divide and conquer. You want to check the warp coils or the navigation array? I'll check the other.
Well, what's going to be the most
Let's not
fun?
overcomplicate
Warp
this.
coils.
One of these systems is likely broken.
I'll check the nacelles for a cracked coil.
Okay, your tricorder can record and analyze data. Looking through it will reveal the unseen. Use 2 to equip and holster your tricorder. Use the mouse thing to scan glowing objects. You must be close to some objects to scan them. Watch the frame of the screen to see if you're too far away. Alright, gotcha. Ah, okay, I forgot to change modes. Alright, now it makes sense. Okay, that one's fine. Okay, is that it? Everything green? Everything's green on my screen, Skipper.
I checked every coil on the port nacelle for imbalances. If any coil in either engine were cracked, I would have detected it. So, it must be the navigation array.
Except it's not. Checked and double-checked.
Well, the readings don't lie.
Here comes the security detail for the way team.
Hello, pretty lady.
Hey.
I'm not here.
Hi.
We're escorting the negotiating team to the surface as soon as they come down from the bridge. I don't want to interrupt some important work. I was just hoping to see you before I go. The captain and the others will be here any minute now. Should be an interesting ride down to the surface.
Yeah, well, where's the button that says I want to smooch you?
Come on, I'm never too busy to make time for you.
That's not true.
No. But I am glad you came by.
Now that's more accurate.
I gotta be precise with you, huh?
Hey, Maris. Aren't these those button pushers you're always hanging out with?
And you're the phaser jockeys we always beat in Parisi squares, right?
All aboard for Hotari.
That another one of the captain's railroad things?
Gotta be. I just usually zone out by the time he gets to the whole, steam engines were the warp drives of their day part. Catch y'all later.
Oh, don't make me start liking the captain now. I know he's crazy.
You don't want to miss your train.
I do have to go.
Yeah, so smooch.
Not gonna lie, I'd rather not leave right now. More important things on my mind.
You know what? Stop talking. I've got a button that says smooch on it.
That was nice.
Yeah, it was.
Save some of that for when I get back.
You've got a deal.
Be seeing you.
I sincerely hope so. Lower Decks Dalliance chose to date Miranda. Okay. Oh, and the icon on the achievement was actually smooch.
Carter Diaz. If you could float back down to reality, we still have a ways to go.
Yeah, buzzkill. Chill out.
All right, where were we?
So, the warp coils in the navigation array are fine, but the nav computer doesn't seem to think so.
I'm out of ideas short of field stripping the shuttle from bow to stern.
You wanna take this out of the shuttle and throw it on the bench?
Oh, real hands-on maintenance. I like it.
Well, we are engineers.
Okay, the nav computer is patched into the ship.
The ship's computer can double-check our work. If the shuttle's nav computer is putting out false data, we'll know it.
Let's run through the shuttle's logs again.
Running now.
Okay, so this is the same thing we did before, right? Oh, okay, it's up there. I was looking at the screen in front of him. Alright, there's our 3 anomalies that we've got.
Same. Warp field inversion and a cascade failure. However, the Resolute computer doesn't show the same subspace variance.
We're in the same conditions that the shuttle was in when it failed. Why wouldn't the ship's computer get a matching result?
I don't know.
What if the subspace variance was a momentary occurrence?
That's a possibility, and it would explain why the simulation under our current sensor readings failed to reproduce the issue.
But a subspace anomaly strong enough to cause a warp field collapse would leave graviton ripples for days.
Let's run with the momentary subspace variance theory for now. Roll forward to the shuttle's attempt to re-engage the warp drive. We need the conditions of space around the shuttle at the moment of warp failure.
I'm kind of curious how the variance thing actually followed them. I mean, I can see it happening in one spot, but happening in 2 separate spots?
Warp field calculation. Cochrane formula variables are out of range.
Oh, hello.
That right there. Take the shuttle sensor data from that moment.
Computer, why did the warp field calculation fail?
Warp field pressure returned non-orthogonal. Results are undefined.
That doesn't help.
Wait, what if we use a different ship?
Put the Resolute into the simulation instead of the shuttle.
Yeah, it should warp just fine. Unless... Computer, run the simulation with the Resolute.
Resolute simulated.
Computer, give me manual control on the warp power.
Oh, I'm gonna go this way this time.
Static field intensity, warp 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Warp pressure is destabilizing. Error in warp field calculation. The warp drive has experienced a system-wide cascade failure. Warp field collapsed. Subspace variance is out of tolerance. Cochrane formula results are undefined.
Okay, what the hell happened?
What-o?
The same moment when the shuttle failed to warp, so did the ship. Whatever happened to the shuttle just happened to us. The Resolute will not sustain warp.
We can't leave Hotari space.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. That's not good. It's a very pretty place, but I tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the poor bugger that had to haul all the bricks up to the top of that hill to build that city. Okay, seat of power.
Ambassador Spock, Captain Solano, welcome to Hotari. We are honored you've come. My name is Tyler Saltaris, Minister of Diplomatic Affairs.
The honor is ours. And this is Commander Jara Rydek, first officer aboard the U.S.S. Resolute. You'll find she has a keen mind and unique insight into the dynamics between the Hotari and the Illydians.
And it's nice to meet her. Hello, tall lady.
It's very nice to meet you.
Likewise, I hope...
These must be the representatives of the mighty Federation. The reigning authority in the galaxy. Or so we've been led to believe. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen. But, either way, we're grateful you've made the time to come to our little corner of the universe.
And you are?
This is Galvin, and this is Sidron, the heroes of the revolt in the mines.
Dude definitely wears his heart on his sleeve.
Let's hope this is the last time we ever have to come here.
If you'll excuse me.
Can't imagine why they wanted to fight those blue guys. Freaking jerks.
I think we're about to begin.
Did you hear the arrogance from that guy?
Yeah, he sounded like our science officer.
That guy was something.
Yeah, well, let's just not underestimate him. That's probably the safest bet.
Something about his tone Tells me this won't be easy.
That was my sense as well.
I doubt he speaks for all of Hotari. So I would urge patience until we speak with their queen.
Which, unfortunately, I think we are going to have to do in the next episode, because this actually feels like a pretty good place to wrap this one up. So yeah, the trip being a fiasco continues to be a thing. We are apparently now trapped in Hotari space without the ability to warp out of it, and we're caught in the middle of a war between two incredibly arrogant species. I suppose, though, for us, that's business as usual. And on that resigned note, as always, I have been Digby. I thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Star Trek Resurgence, and yeah, I hope to see you for the next one.